Somehow I thought this show might be serious, but this group couldn't be serious. I don't care what we're talking about.
Not all together.
No. You're going to do a song very different from what Jimmy did, and a song that comes from a very different place and perspective. And you were sharing with me in the dressing room back there. Well, we weren't in the dressing room together, but
you weren't supposed to tell that part. Tell it all, brother.
Tell it all. Share the story about this song that you were sharing with me, because this is very powerful.
Okay, well, we have done this song before, and I told about how I sang it, you know, grow up, and it was a way my mother taught me to pray because I was afraid, and she said, no, you just talk to Jesus like he was a friend. So the song's always meant a lot to me, but anyway, I was looking up to see where the song came from and something about it, and it was written by a man named Joseph Scriven, and he did not mean for it to be a song. He was from Ireland, and he was 25 years old, engaged to be married, and the night before the wedding, his fiancée died in an accidental drowning. And he was heartbroken, and to just start a new life, he left Ireland and moved to Canada. And there again fell in love again, and she took ill and before the marriage. So he just then, to save his shattered life, he turned to God and dedicated his life to working, manually, physically working, and everything for the poor. And just dedicated his life to that. And later on, his mother was ill in Ireland, and he couldn't afford to go back to see her, so he wrote her a letter of comfort and enclosed this poem he had written called What a Friend We Have in Jesus. Oh. Later, when he was ill, a friend found it when he was sitting with him, and I guess talked to this Charles Converse, who was a known musician at the time, who then put a melody to it. And it was included in a hymnal psalm book, and the man put it was the last one I put in the book, but it's the first one in favor. And one other thing I read about it, it said this piece of work is not one of the greatest literary pieces or musically done, but the fact that its simplicity and the simple, direct truth, if you will, there again, the word truth came out, and the simplicity of the music has the ability to reach and comfort people. Amen. And has since it was written. The other thing about it is recently I worked a show up in Canada with Mo Bandy and did a little side trip into a little town called Port Hope, Ontario, Canada, and I was so fascinated by this little town, and things just keep coming back, connections somehow to that. And recently I met the parents of the two little girls on the series Nashville, and Gene, my husband, said, where are y'all from? And he said, you've never heard of it. It's a little town called Port Hope, Ontario, Canada. And we said, we've been there and loved it. And when I read through it, said this song was written by Joseph Scriven in 1857 in Port Hope, Ontario, Canada. And I said, well, then I'm supposed to sing this song today. So,
that's a great song.
But is it time?
It is time.
After that. And I also said that even though I've known this song for so long, we used to call it a mental block, you know. But here lately, everybody keeps telling me their senior moments. I've decided I'm having senior minutes. They're lasting longer than they used to. So I want all of you to sing along, because I didn't know I could cheat like Jim Ed and Gene Shepard and have lyrics. So y'all sing with me. Between all of us, we'll remember this, okay?
That mic won't work.
Okay. in Jesus. All our sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. Oh, what peace we often forfeit. Oh, what needless pain we bear. All because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. Have we trials and temptation? Is there trouble anywhere? Oh, we should never be discouraged. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Can we find a friend so faithful who will all our sorrow share? Jesus knows our every weakness. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Oh, what a friend we have in Jesus.